we were talking with the RNL crew this month, and we were like, we've been doing this like long talk format quite a lot, and we were like, one of the things that we used to do back in the day was sort of app showcases and component showcases. So people would just create something at some point and just come around and show it without much detail and just a few lightning talks to fill basically the rest of the session. So we were like, let's give that a try. And I volunteered and didn't prep for it. So here we are. And we're just going to go through a few different code snippets. So a few months back, one of my colleagues, George, spent like some time to build components from like popular apps that we use in React Native. So the first one that he built was Revolut's Spent This Month widget that you have. And this was published at 11:09 p.m. So I made the mistake of opening up my Twitter just before I went to bed. And I started playing with the Expo snack and looking around at it, had it on my phone, and it was like, okay, And I hadn't coded that day, so I was like, I wonder what animations would look like on this. So an hour later, I was up, maybe 2 hours later, I was up until 1 a.m. just trying to fiddle around with animations and was very groggy the next day at work. But eventually, one of the things that I was looking at was like, okay, how much can you actually achieve in animations without using Reanimated? Like just using animations from React Native, like what can you do sustainably? Turns out you can do a lot. So staggered animations look really well on this. Like you can generate this with just a few lines of code and it works really nicely. Ignore that rounding issue. And so it was a really pleasant experience, surprisingly. I'd always reach out for Reanimated for that. So it was cool to iterate on top of it, on top of what George had built, and Expo Snacks made it really easy to just like try it around, fiddle around, share the code. And then a little while after, I actually got Monzo Plus. Does anyone here use Monzo? Cool. So I got Monzo Plus to like get a hold of my tracking and spend, like make sure that I'm spending my money correctly. So then I saw they had this widget, which was very similar. Turns out I'm not keeping a hold of my spending very well. It's a horrendous month. So I looked at that and was like, okay, this looks familiar. Like, how much of this, again, can I implement without like really like using any external libraries, trying to just do the animations off that? And ultimately, quite a lot, actually. So it was nice to take that code, adapt it, and add a little bit of interactivity as well. So this is kind of the Monzo version. I'm going to see if I can move this up a little bit. That's a bit better, yeah. So very similar to that. You've got like a bar chart that says like every month, within every month, each week, how much have you spent? And it kind of demonstrates that. It's got like an average showing here saying like this is the average per week that you've been spending. And then just adding a little bit of interactivity where you can kind of click on each of them and see each week how much did you actually spend. This is all done with React Native animations as opposed to using Reanimated. And I found that like unless you need some really like very specific sort of like interactive animations that are following like the gestures of the user, it works perfectly well. It's a very pragmatic, simple solution to use. So I think I'll be reaching out for it more and more. And it uses the native driver, which is really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to play around with this, by the way, and you have Expo, just scan that QR code. And yeah, that is genuinely my talk. And if you don't already have me on Twitter or LinkedIn, you can scan that QR code and yeah, we can chat.
Yeah, I was recently checking out. I don't know if anyone saw that. Like Blue Sky, it's like a new app. It's like an alternative to Twitter, created by the same founder. They open source their code for their app, and they were using just the native animated library without any kind of like wrapper, which I thought was really interesting. When would you reach for one over the other, and what does Reanimated give you that the built-in library doesn't?
I think when you're doing like complex animations that use like composite like elements, and then you're also like trying to like keep a hold of like positions of where like the user is interacting with the screen, Reanimated is probably like a bit more friendly to use. You can probably still achieve the same thing with the animation, with the animated on the React Native library, like the actual animations that are there. But I think unless you are building something quite complex, that is like very responsive to user interactions, you really don't need to reach out for it. I'm guessing that's why Blue Sky doesn't use Reanimated, because it's not like heavy on those sort of like user interacted animations. I think shared like element transitions as well, you'll need like Reanimated for that as well. So it depends on like what you're trying to achieve. I don't think they have any like shared element transitions in Blue Sky yet, so might not be a reason yet to use it.
Yeah, great fast talk. In the first example, you used native driver false, and in the second, it was true. I know that the animation does not support animating layout properties like height and width. So
Yeah.
how was the second?
Why those were different was because I had a view that was blocking it for like interactivity, and then I didn't realize, and then I fixed it in the later example. So that wasn't on purpose. That just happened to happen there. It wasn't like a.
Okay, so it's false on the second as well? Or?
No, it's true on the. Yes, you might be right actually. So if we look at the actual code here, so this is for like focusing on items. Yeah. So that's using native driver false, but I suspect you could actually set that to true because it's just an opacity animation that's happening.
Exactly. Or color or anything else which is not layout.
So yeah, so the other one that we have, if I go out to the component level, the other one that we have is the actual animation for each one of them, which is, so that's the fade, and then this one, yeah. Oh, this is a nightmare. I need to, so this is from this one, but let's actually go here. So with this one, we're actually use native driver true, and the value here is what's being used to, yep. Oh, yeah, sure. So here, if we go here, we're basically staggering animations for each of the columns. And what we're doing here is we're using the native driver actually for this one. And what does that, let's check and see what that actually animates. So it goes through animations.current, and animations is being referred to within this component. And if we go inside of that component, what is animation doing? It's actually animating the height.
But then if you go a little bit high, more. Yeah, again, you use a driver false. Okay.
Yeah, but so this one's only for the opacity.
No, it's the driver false is for the height because you can't animate the layout at all.
No, so this one's only for the fade. So it's called fade animation. This one's only for fading when you actually focus on something. So with all of these right now, if we look at them, we're actually using the native driver true for animating the height. I know there is some like limitations there, but I don't think it affects this specific instance of changing the height. I don't. Do you guys know anything about that?
Okay. Yeah. I might be wrong, but yeah. Back in the time, you can't do that.
This one is, yeah, maybe it's changed, but this one is just for the fade animation. But if we go back up again one level, what we have here is these animations are actually using the native driver as well for the height. These are the ones that go for the height. So they're all using the native driver. I was, coding very late at night, and I set that to false and never changed it back. So.
Quick question. Did you find the documentation useful for like coding this stuff? You just went.
It's especially with when it got to like staggering and like one of the things that I don't know if there's probably a better way to like organize this, but like having staggered animations with dynamic values, I don't know if I'm doing it the best way possible. Some of the animations, like the basic stuff, it's pretty good. And then once you get to staggering and stuff, it's kind of like assuming that you know how it works. It took a little bit of fiddling around and looking at other people's coding examples. Happy to contribute to it.
Thank you.